And welcome in back to the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast, brought to you by FanDuel and the newer sponsor for the month of March. Excuse me, Urology Center of Iowa. Today in the studio with us, we are blessed by Ethan Hurkett's presence. Herc, what up, baby?
How you guys doing,
dude? You are one of 3 sixth-year guys coming out of this year.
Yeah.
You, Lojo, and Caden?
Yeah, and well, Mark was too, I think.
I guess
Yeah, but yeah.
You spent the last over a half decade in Iowa City. What's life like right now? A couple months post wearing the jersey for the last time, and does it feel like you're entering real life finally? Does it feel like this has been put on hold?
It's a weird feeling. I mean, you went through it too, obviously, but people ask now, like, "Oh, are you on the team or whatever?" I'm like, I used to be, and I don't know. It's kind of sad to say that, but obviously, you got to move on at some point. And I'm liking this time period though. If you're just training and then you just go home and hang out, and I mean, it's pretty chill life.
Are you a video game guy?
I am.
Okay, so you'll appreciate this. Fortnite was peak in the semester that this was our year.
That's huge,
dude. So it was go to that night. What do you did you train in Iowa City or did you go somewhere else?
In Iowa City.
So
11 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then you just hop on Fort the rest of the day. 10 hours of Fortnite. Wake up, do it again. It was the best spring of my entire life. We talk about it all the time.
100%.
And now I haven't played video games in years. It's so sad.
Well, what are you doing then? Is it Fortnite for you, or what are you and the boys playing?
Yeah, we play. It's called Warzone. It's kind of like Fortnite, but the real life graphics more so. But yeah, it's fun.
We don't know Warzone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hip with the kids. I still know the games. I just don't get to play. I just don't get to play them.
You mentioned responsibilities now. So.
I know. Are you engaged? You got a girlfriend? I got a
wife actually.
You're married too.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit. Yeah, I suppose you would be. Are you 24?
I am.
Yeah. See, you're an adult. You're a real life man right here.
Yeah, it's about that time, right?
This guy can't be on his parents' insurance soon. I mean, that's how.
Yeah. Last July I got married. It was like we had 3 marriages back to back that summer.
So the whole Iowa football team was just partying for a month straight?
Pretty much, yeah.
Every weekend.
I don't know if it helped our lifting or not, but
Hey, man, you guys played well this past year. I think there was something to that. You mentioned that transition period, how it is weird.
Yeah.
We gone over that multiple times on this show as well. You had a little bit of a longer time frame to not only sort of prepare for that, because it is this thing you don't think about. You're not worried about being done. You still have work to do when you're still wearing the jersey, right?
Yeah.
It is a tough thing though mentally for a lot of guys. That Tiger Hawk becomes the identity for, I mean, heavy. I'm sure everybody has their own kind of ebbs and flows through it, but for some guys, they don't know what to do with their life after it's over. And a lot of guys don't get to go out on their own terms. Fortunately for you, you're set up. I mean, we're hoping to watch you play football for another decade. But when did that stuff start to creep in this past year? And did you ever catch yourself like, oh shit, this is my last, when did you start to feel that?
I definitely did. I'd say in my 5th year, it was kind of like I always had the option of, maybe I'll come back. So I really didn't, lean into that as much. But running out of eligibility, I was kind of like, everything was just the last of, the last spring ball, the last summer, last fall camp. And I think just knowing that, I really appreciated that much more. And especially the back half of the season, after game 6, you just start thinking I only have however many left of these, and I really got to appreciate it. And so especially on senior day, I think that hits you hard. Against Michigan State, it was kind of just surreal to look around in Kinnick and be this is the last time I'll be able to play in here. So Yeah.
When you guys walked out of the tunnel that day, weird moment, huh? Not even the tunnel, but when you walk out of the locker room, weird moment. Because the juniors, like you guys you go off to the side.
Yeah.
And then the juniors take it. What was that like?
That is weird. I mean, you watch them swarm out, and then it's like your turn to, go see your family and do your run out and whatnot. But
are you an emotional guy?
A little bit, but not like, I won't show it all the time, I guess. But I didn't really cry or anything, but I definitely, I appreciated just my whole journey up to that point a little bit more that day, I think.
Yeah, it's very vivid. We needed you guys on the D that day too. That was there was tough sledding there on the offense side of the ball. For what was the end of that game like, man? When the offense started to, I mean, obviously Weech put one in the end zone, kept you alive sort of through up until the fourth quarter. But then we just did a film episode and watched RVZ's catch to set up the field goal. Gill's catching the end zone. Dude, what was that fourth quarter like, man? That was intense.
That was probably one of the more fun games of this season, I'd say. Because it's a team, everybody on the outside is like, oh, you guys will stomp them or whatever. And obviously, being in the facility, you never think that way. Like, we knew they got talent just like anybody else. So, when they were, fighting back hard and playing us tough, it was a fun game. But, as the clock's winding down, you're like, we got to pull out with this one. You got to win this freaking game. To see those, last few plays unwind like that was awesome. To be able to watch that from the sideline.
Drew Stevens.
Yeah, dog.
Big Dick Drew.
Yeah.
Needed it. Love to see that from the specialist side of things. 2 months passed now from the season. You're looking back. How do you feel about your last year in Iowa City?
I think
personally, your play.
I think I was playing well. Probably my most productive year in terms of sacks, TFLs, and numbers type of thing. But I think even more important than that was just the group of guys we had. And I think how rewarding the season was. It was the most fun I've had playing football in the longest time. I mean, we had guys, Logan, Mark, all these guys that I was able to come back with and really just enjoy, being so close just as a team with all those guys. It was awesome.
You're maybe the sixth or seventh guy we've had on since the season ended, and I think we're batting 100% on you guys all saying something about this group of guys. It was just we enjoyed this year's team. Coach Ferentz said that in one of the pressers or media days that we had later in the fall. Can you pinpoint why that is? Why was this year more enjoyable? Why was you obviously have the senior kind of last year part of it for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that sort of rings true for people who are coming back next year too. Something about this team relative to the last few years. I know with the linemen that we talked to, we just had Bo and Logan on. For them, it was a bit of a, they climbed the mountain as a position group. That group came a long way in the last few years. What was it about this year's team that was special? Was Mark's leadership part of that? Was it just some of the, the fact that you had so many guys run the race and be there on senior day and towards, with this team? There's a lot of guys leaving. You're leaving a lot of spots open, especially on that defense. What was it?
Yeah, I think it's multiple things. Mark's leadership certainly helped, but like you said, we had a bunch of seniors that I think, they'd been through college football and they really appreciated, what it takes, as well as, just realizing that not everywhere has it like Iowa does. Like under Coach Ferentz, under these coaches, it's a special place. And I think in a time when the money is kind of everything, it seems like, I think Iowa was a place, especially this year, that, it's not like that. And I think that people realize that. Have to ask this because I'm just so curious. You guys are
such a unique time in college football history with the Rev Share stuff. What was it like that moment when Rev Share hit, or like maybe the first time your agent or whatever, or Tyler Barnes and you sat down for the first meeting of like, hey, here's what you're going to be getting. Like, was that a crazy sort of like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, because who did we just talk to? I think it was, I think Logan was like, yeah, it was pretty wild. Like, I just can imagine me and my buddies sitting there if that was us going, boys, holy shit, we just hit the jackpot.
It was nuts. I mean, because I came in the time when, like, obviously this wasn't a thing either. Like,
yeah,
I was playing for, being on scholarship, which was a blessing in itself. But to see that part of it, and I would get enough money to pay rent and then get some food on the side, and I was like feeling blessed. And then
it's great.
This comes along. I'm like, is this even real life? Basically, I mean, yeah, that day I remember being very just grateful and telling my parents and stuff, and it was, still a very awesome day to remember that.
How does that? Because you guys all have agents now, like in college, not just you guys who you're seniors, you're graduating, especially the good guys, like you guys who are going to get drafted. It's like you guys had like there's that used to be illegal. Like if you had an agent in college, it's like that's bad. You shouldn't be talking to them, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the weird blurred lines now, is because like there's NFL agents who are also college agents. How did you approach that personally? Was how much I know there had to be a shitload of guidance from the inside and how to go about that. How did you go about that individually? Like, how do I figure this out? Who do I choose? What is that process like?
So I didn't even have an agent, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You're one of the few then, I think.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, I was kind of, on the first wave of all this stuff. And, I was just grateful to get anything, honestly. So I'm sure if I would have stuck around if I was like a freshman at this point, I'm sure, having an agent's probably the normal thing to do. But in the position I was in, I only had that 1 year left, and I was like, shoot, just getting paid is sick. So
yeah, it's not like you're probably going to go anywhere, right? Either like
exactly
a lot of, and that's me assuming on your behalf, and I don't want to speak for you, but like I just guys who run the full race at Iowa, I think we just saw Dunk's interview at the combine. He's like, you couldn't have paid me to go anywhere else. Like, so,
And I'm from Iowa too, so I'm from 30 minutes away. I'm not going to transfer to freaking.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
You went to. Did you go to
Xavier?
Yeah, you went to school with Schulte and.
Yeah,
dude, what's in the fucking water over there, man? What are they? Steroids. Steroids.
And Coach O'Connell and
you guys are on PEDs. That's what it is.
Yeah, a little bit of steroids too. But
hell yeah, dude!
Factory over there. Something weird going on.
God, they just churn them out, man. It's crazy.
It is. It's a hell of a program, and yeah, I owe a lot of, who I am as a player in person to those guys for sure.
It's probably pretty cool to have like a fair amount of friends and family be able to come easily watch as well. 30 minutes away, right? Like, I think that's one thing that a lot of Iowa guys take for granted. It's something I took for granted, like Marshalltown guys. So, that's not that much further away, 90 minutes. Yeah. And you got a lot of teammates who are like Florida or Texas or every once in a while California or somewhere. And like their family might catch one game in person.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet to have that so close. Yeah, man. I remember talking to Schulte last year. And his dad was your coach, right?
He was. He's the head coach. Yeah.
Is he a hard ass?
Yeah, he's got some shit to him, but I think that's what kids need too.
I think
you kind of need that. But
I think he said the strength coach was a badass too, or something.
Yeah, we got a lot of badass guys on the staff there. Coach Eklund, Coach Garland, bunch of great guys.
Were you a weight room guy? Like you're the weight room freak?
In high school, yeah. And then I got to college and I recognized like you got Logan Jones freaking squatting 705. I'm not that type of weight room guy.
Okay. All right.
I'm good amongst like, other high school kids that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So then how did you go about you didn't do it because you had 1 year left, but everybody has an NFL agent, right? So how'd you go about that process as you entered sort of this past season? Is it a thing for you? I imagine it is with most guys who are any good. Like you got guys in your DMs and like trying to reach out to your high school coach and your parents, like, hey, we want to be Ethan's agent. Like what does that look like?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much just guys in your DMs, like you said, like, and then I would kind of send their info to my dad, honestly, and be like, can you kind of vet these guys and see if they're, good guys, if they seem genuine. Yeah. And I basically just will get on calls with these guys and, see who I kind of mesh with the best and who I thought was the best option, honestly.
And they give you like a 15-minute sales pitch?
Yeah, they'll kind of, tell you who they have in the league maybe, or how they can help a guy in your position and whatnot. And yeah, what they're going to offer you basically as far as like training and stuff like that.
You probably had a good situation if your dad's vetting them, because Cooper, I don't know if he does, but I saw like your dad was FBI or something, right?
He was.
On the lines there. So you got like,
okay.
I'm gonna set. It's a quick interview with Jason Bourne, and we're gonna figure it out.
Jason Bourne.
All right, we're gonna have
retired now. You can't have
this is great information. This is why we have Grant on the show. He's gonna.
You said that silly. I was like, wait a minute. That would make so much sense. Actually, that's probably like you probably like had the best vetting process of like anyone in college football. Is if you got like a FBI CIA interrogation just to figure out your agent. Probably.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble here, but like your dad was actual FBI.
Yeah. Yep.
That's insane.
It's kind of funny. My dad was FBI. My mom used to be back in the day, and then my grandpa was. So it's kind of like,
oh, you're a company man. You're FBI. You don't. Okay, I get it.
I'm not going into FBI. I'll tell you that much.
That's fair.
Ethan's been in for 5 years.
It's exactly what someone.
Yeah, I've been undercover.
He's undercover.
Program.
There's a big
stick undercover assignment.
There's a big sting operation going on in Iowa football right now. It's just the case is almost done. He's like it's like The Departed.
Yeah, for real.
So, FBI out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah, we used to live in Texas. Actually, I was born in Texas.
Yeah.
Moved up here in like first grade because of my dad's job, and then just been here ever since.
Damn. We're in Texas.
It's called Capel. It's kind of the north of Dallas.
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes south of there right now. So.
Oh, really?
Really cool area. Yeah, I was just there. Shout out Cadillac Barbecue is kind of over there, and it was Hard 8, or I guess you moved in first grade, so you probably weren't doing all this.
I don't remember a whole lot. I remember we went to St. Anne's Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to like preschool there, and we go to like Grapevine area.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
you kind of look like a guy that would look good in a cowboy hat. I do think, riding a bull or something.
My wife always wants to say she's more country, but I got the one up on that being from Texas. So
it's like I was born in Texas.
Well, you could agree to. Well, especially you guys have been in Iowa for so long. Like Texas country is so different than Iowa country. I feel like I always describe it as like Texas country is cowboy hats and Iowa country is like a mesh trucker hat.
Yeah.
That's like there's a little bit of a difference. Both country in aspects, but it's different.
It's farmer
cowboy boots though in Iowa. I've noticed.
Yeah. There's a lot of cowboy boots around here. I mean, it's farmer versus rancher. There's a little bit. Yeah, it's. Are your parents originally from here then, or were they from Texas?
So my mom spent a little time in Waterloo, but she moved around a bunch for my grandpa's job, and then my dad was from like Florida. He spent time in Louisiana, so they've kind of been around.
I know for a fact in the attic somewhere in your parents' house, there's a black book of secrets. I mean, there's just too many people in the FBI to not have secrets. Yeah. Is this the response you get every time people learn that your parents are in the FBI? I'm sorry, we're just being
kinda, yeah. I mean, they're like, oh, FBI, but my dad he plays it down. He's like, it's just computer work and stuff. So I don't really know what he actually did, but yeah.
Okay. It's fair. Yeah, you probably have this conversation like 8 times a week.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
probably
When people find out about it, yeah.
All the interviews with teams recently have been, "So your dad."
Yeah.
Your agent that you eventually landed on was probably like, "Dude, your dad scares the shit out of me. I had to get through that process."
Nah, he's not too bad.
What is it? How much like advice / I don't know, I guess I'd call it noise. KF would call it noise. How much noise comes from the agent side of things? Like, hey, so and so really likes you. So people are projecting you this round. They want you here. This is what they're looking at. Like, do you hear a lot of that from your agent, or is it more just, do you even give a shit, or what does that look like right now?
Honestly, I think my agent's pretty good about like, he kind of just told me to focus on, pro day and stuff. And then after that, we can kind of figure that stuff out. I mean, he's pretty much, very much just like process oriented, I'd say. So I like that about him. Like, he's not very, like distracting or anything like that.
That's cool. How did Ethan Hurkett become an Iowa Hawkeye? What was who were the competitors? Was there any other option? Were you going to end up somewhere else? Did Iowa steal you? What's the story?
I wasn't going to end up somewhere else as long as I got this offer. I mean,
okay.
I got the offer my junior year, and I committed on that same day, probably like 20 minutes later.
Okay.
I remember Coach Ferentz pulled my family into his office and basically just gave me the scholarship, and I kind of just like looked at him like, I didn't really believe, that it was real at the time, but so we left that room, and I was kind of talking to my parents, like, what do I do? Like, they're like, you should just commit. Like, this is what you wanted, it's your dream school. So I just walked up to Coach Bell, and I was like, I want to commit. And
it's so funny, the story. Like, we just had Graves on, and Graves was like teaching swimming lessons when KF called him.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
And he was like, like, as a high school kid, you really don't know like how to commit to it. It feels like it should be more official than just saying, all right, I'm in,
Exactly. Nobody tells you, like, you just got to say these words,
but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I remember, maybe you know the name, Jordan Canzeri.
Yeah.
Is from out east. He's running back. And when we brought him on, he told a story about how he got the call. And he was committed to like Villanova or something. And KF called him and offered him. And he was like, all right, cool. Thanks. And like hung up the phone. Didn't even care. And his high school coach called him like 30 minutes later, chewing his ass. Like, dude, call him back and commit. Tell him that you're going to Iowa City. Didn't even know where Iowa was at the time. It's just so funny. Like, a 17-year-old mind has no idea what that even means.
Not at all. And Coach Ferentz is like, okay, and just hangs the phone up. Like, yeah, that's awkward.
He's probably been through enough at this point where he's like, they'll call back. I'll have a so man. And now 6 years later, after being in the Iowa program, could you ever have imagined, outside of the football stuff, how much growth and like maturity you would gain through being a part of KF's program? Like, does it shock you at some point? Like, I know every time I think about it, I'm always like, oh my God, it's amazing what that program churns out.
100%. I mean, you come into it, just a teenager with freaking bare face, looks like you haven't even hit puberty yet, basically. But you learn so much about yourself, about being a man. And you got, guys like mentors like Coach Ferentz, like Coach Parker, to kind of look up to and see, how it's supposed to be done. And, you go through adversity, you go through so many things with your teammates and build those bonds. And looking back, it's like you're a completely different person at this point, I think.
Do you remember your first interaction with Coach Parker?
Oof. Honestly, not the first one, no. I
don't. What's the first interaction with Coach Parker that comes to mind when I?
It's not even an interaction that I had with him. It's probably it was a Northwestern game, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. and I think he was either yelling at Quinn Schulte or Riley Moss. But I think it was Quinn. I just remember we were in the locker room at halftime, and like they just let up a big play or something over the middle, and just like chew is just flying out of his mouth onto Quinn. I'm like, holy shit, what is this guy doing?
It's like he's got like long cut chewing. Is he just like spewing it out at him, or okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I didn't know he was even doing that.
Like a movie scene, just hitting him in the face, and Quinn's probably just sitting there like this, taking
He's just taking it, yeah.
I'll tell you what, like you probably remember that though pretty well, especially as it's just hitting you in the face. Like, I mean, like as if the coaching isn't already enough. Like, you will definitely remember it as you're like wiping the dip spit off of your face. Like,
yeah, you're not going to do that again. You're not making that same mistake.
I get him now, you stupid motherfucker.
Yep.
He's like clenched when he does it.
Like, how is he enunciating with his teeth closed?
Hey, he's had a lot of practice, man. He's had a lot of practice.
True.
I wish Kevin was on here. He's our third co-host who's essentially disappeared, but he was on the defensive side of the ball, and he does a really good Coach Parker impression because he heard it a lot. Did you find yourself in a fun spot? What was the worst ass chewing you ever got from Coach Parker? You remember any of those? Maybe you made it through.
I haven't really got like an ass chewing. I feel like that's more so for the DBs, but
yeah,
he's definitely gotten on me before if I like, blow a coverage, dropping back in a pressure or something. Like, he cares about the coverage aspect a lot, I think.
Do you have early on in your career, in your 6 years, do you have a welcome to the Big Ten moment? That's fun.
Yeah, I remember my freshman year, it was like during COVID and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I forget that your class is literally, you're the last of the COVID Mohicans.
Yeah, it ages me a lot, actually. But no, so we basically had to, like, during fall camp, service ourselves. And I was a freshman, I was playing, I think, like offensive guard or something against, guys like Chauncey Golston and Van Valkenburg, Joe Evans, these guys. I remember just trying to like block Chauncey Golston for, days on end. And I would go home and take my shirt off and just bruises all over my body. I looked like a freaking, like, a victim of something. But I was like, this is different than high school for sure.
Abuse. You were a victim of Chauncey Golston. That's what it was. And that's not somebody you want to be a victim of. Do you remember how much do you remember of Chauncey? Because obviously that's 6 years ago. Would that have been the last year? His last year was 21. His last year, can't remember.
A senior when I was a freshman, I believe. Yeah.
My God, he was so long.
He was.
Oh my God.
He was smart too. He was a really good player.
So he was a young guy during my senior year, and you could just like the physical, the frame. He was
really filled out yet.
No, he was skinny, but you could just tell the speed, the way he ran. He was still a little bit like baby giraffe, catching his athleticism, needed to put on some college weight, but everybody could tell he was going to be a stud. And God, he's got those, like, if he was at the combine, I don't even remember if he went to the combine. I'm sure his wingspan is nuts. Just doesn't even make sense.
We got somebody like that I'm thinking of that is going to be, he could be like that coming up.
Who?
Joe Anderson. He reminds me of Chauncey's frame a little bit, and just how he moves, kind of.
Really? I've heard his name once or twice. You on the outside, you hear like, "Oh, you got to recruit." Like, you hear the name, right?
He was like a triple jump champion in high school or something like that. So,
really?
Yeah.
Man. Love that. That's athleticism.
Yeah.
And is he on the edge?
He is, yeah.
So he's got a chance to maybe. I mean, we can talk about it. It gets real thin. Y'all are just walking out the door and leaving that room thin.
There's some guys that they're going to step up. I believe in them. There's some big characters in that room.
You, Graves, Llewellyn. That amount of production out of that room. KB's got his work cut out for him in there. But they do
it, year after year, though. He finds a way.
I know. He's a great coach.
He is.
And that room, I do think there's a lot of fun, like, from the outside at least, there's a lot of potential. Like, there's a lot of, like, there could be.
Definitely.
Like, young Epi.
Bryce Hawthorne, I think, is going to take a huge step.
They brought a ton. They brought like 4 guys in from the portal too. So obviously they've got an idea of what they're doing there.
Well, this is some cute. We talk about this all the time, or we just did too. Like when we're looking towards this next season, like it feels like every year, there's studs on the Iowa defense, right? And then they got to leave, and everyone I don't know if you're on Twitter or anything, or if you see it or not, but like when I'm on Twitter, it's like, how are we ever going to replace these guys, right? I think when you're in the building for 6 years, like you've seen it so many times. Do you guys like at camp and stuff look around like, guys, we figure it out every year. Like what is anyone worried about? Like we always just figure out how to replace these guys. Like everyone's good. Like everyone figures out.
You think that way every year. You're like, because you see these guys as the freshman, the young guy that no way you can do that, and then he comes out and he's freaking All-American or something. You're like, I did not see that coming, but yeah, they find a way. I mean, that's why it's a developmental program, I think.
Sure.
Gonna hit a couple ads here, and then we'll come back with Ethan in a second.
Hey, it's Peter Harmon, the food guru, here to talk about Graze Gourmet to Go. At Graze Gourmet to Go, we are madly and passionately in love with 3 things: chicken lips, pizza, and great food to go. Chicken lips are the most beloved food in Iowa City. And if you don't know what a chicken lip is, you're really missing out. Our second passion is pizza. We're hell-bent on making great pizza. Yeah, you can get cheap pizza anywhere. But if you're a real pizza aficionado, you gotta try our meatball pizza. It's made with a natural starter, and like sourdough bread, it's soft and crispy and light as air. And the third thing that we're wildly and passionately in love with is great food to go. We believe you want to feed your family something great at home, but you're too busy with life to stop and cook. That's why we built Graze Gourmet to Go. So the next time you need to feed the gang and you don't feel like cooking, just come to grazegourmettogo.com.
At Illini Golf, the game never stops. Featuring an exclusive PuttView putting green and 5 4-site simulator bays, the most advanced technology in the area, designed to bring the golf community together. Illini Golf is a place where beginners feel welcome and experienced players stay challenged. Perfect for practice, lessons, and fun any time of year. Whether you're chasing lower scores or just chasing fun, Illini Golf is where every swing counts. Call now to book your simulator. Illini Golf. Everything you need.
You golfer, Ethan?
I am. Not
Are
a
you?
good one, but yeah, I play.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to maybe, if you ever on your way, maybe over to the Chicago area, eastern Iowa, maybe pop over to Peoria. Our guys at Illini Golf. Name's a little confusing. It's over there in Illinois, owned by an Iowa guy though. So we got friends over there. And of course, Graze. I mean, Ethan and all of his teammates are basically built by Graze and Pete and Kim. So we've been talking about with everybody that's come on, like, hey, have you considered that your Graze meals are severely limited or maybe even over at this point? And that's a tough thing.
It is sad, yeah. You never get to go through the line and set it up to Pete and Kim again.
Is that your number one training table?
I'd say so, yeah. Probably them one. I'm a big Stella guy too.
Oh yeah, Stella's huge.
Yeah.
It's good to know that like after 10 years things are just the same. Stella, they used to come in with a little breakfast. Oh.
Yep. Cook the eggs right in front of you.
First class service, Grant.
Yeah.
That was not what my we did not have training tables at my house in Iowa City. It was much different. A lot of DoorDash, a lot of McDonald's.
A lot of McDonald's.
Well, Graze as well. Graze was included, but it was I'd go in there myself.
Paid for it.
Yeah. Paid for it. And happy too, by the way. Happy to pay for it.
What was your order? What was your go-to?
I'd try and do. I started out going just more like I do the pepperoni slices, probably get 2, and then I'd get like 3 lips with it, obviously dunked, right? But eventually I was like, eyes a little bit bigger than I wanted, so I would just get 1 slice, and then I would load up the lips, save a little bit, save like 3 lips when you're coming back from your night out in Iowa City, and that will change your life at 2 in the morning. It was fantastic. Yeah. What about yourself? Or I guess you have it there, so your order is just everything.
Yeah. The thing is, I think on the official visit in high school, used to give you like chicken lips, cookies, all the good stuff. And I think the strength staff would tell them like, when they're actually players, like give them some healthy stuff, you know?
Yeah, because they didn't bring the lips to training. I don't. Maybe they did for you guys sometimes, but like very rarely.
As a treat, yeah.
Yeah, it was like not very often did the lips actually show up at the in the All-American room for the line. What does Ethan Hurkett need to do to earn a spot and find himself on a 53-man roster this fall?
I think I just got to show that I can do multiple things for a team, you know, like whether that's on special teams or, you know, playing as like an outside backer versus a D end or kind of whatever the team needs, honestly, and just showing that, you know, I was raised in the Iowa program and I know how to do things right. You know, I got attention to detail and I'll be a grinder and, you know, work my butt off.
The Iowa program, decent one to have in the back pocket there.
It is nice, yeah.
Feels good.
A lot of successful pros still playing, so.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? Like, I think actually Casey Kreider is our longest tenured Hawk in the NFL. Just putting that
What
out.
is it, like 15 years or something?
I mean, he would have been, his draft year would have been 2014. Didn't get drafted, didn't catch on to a team until I think 2016. But yeah, he's hanging around. Decade in the league. A little easier when you are along.
Just as everyone predicted, yeah, of course, that he was
Right.
going to be the longest one.
Well, he set that standard pretty high and made me believe that, like, oh yeah, I'll be there too. It's just,
Yeah, it's easy, right?
there's no way I'll be podcasting about playing football instead of actually playing football in 8 years. No, but this is an exciting time. Is there any sadness walking away, putting the memories in the past of the black and gold? Is there any, have you been, with all this time on your hands, thinking back, like trying to cherish those memories in Iowa City you probably have a couple months left on the lease there. And yeah, like have you had time to think about like favorite moments, favorite memories in Iowa City yet?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's weird to think, you know, you won't be going out and golfing with your guys all summer and kind of just, you know, messing around and driving the mopeds everywhere and stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely miss it. But what's that?
You get any good moped crashes during your 6 years? You know, snowy out.
Really, I've been lucky. I didn't, but
look at you.
Yeah, I've seen some guys come in the training room. You know,
brutal.
Yeah,
dude, I did it twice. Dumb as shit. Yeah, both.
Rainy or what?
Yeah, it was before a Friday primer.
Oh shit,
dude! And we about Kevin, the guy who usually does the podcast with us. I was on the back of his, and it was like kind of rainy out the day before. It was a little bit wet still, and we were just turning over there, sort of in University Heights, and like the back end just went out, and it damn near broke his ankle. I kind of like jumped off and got away from it. It was like, it's one of those moments where you're like, okay, we can't be that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just end our careers here on a moped crash going to the complex. And it's so embarrassing too. You're like, oh my God, get back on. Like, we gotta go. Don't let anybody see.
Like, who saw that? Yeah.
The other time was we had just gotten back from Penn State. We got our asses beat into the earth. It was embarrassing. Long trip back, night game. It's like 2 a.m, and it had snowed in Iowa City the day that we were there. And so 2 a.m, we're driving our mopeds back from the complex to our house, and it was impossible. But it was what are you going to do, right? Like, nobody had their car. We'd all left our mopeds there. So it's either that or walk it back. Tough, you know?
You go 2 feet on the ground, kind of like skis, you know?
Yep, you got to put the skis out.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous. Hills.
How do you say it? I did have a couple moments. So once I had my wife in the back.
Oh, no.
This is kind of scary, yeah. But we were like, basically, there's like a little kind of over by Finkbine almost. Like past Finkbine, you know, that field of like, it looks like the Gladiator movie, like the long, tall grass.
Mm-hmm.
Off to the right-hand side. And I was just being a dumbass. I was like, why don't we just cut through the little, like, it was like a gravel, like almost sidewalk looking thing.
Yeah.
So we're going like super slow down the gravel, and the freaking wheel slips out, and I like fall with it. She lands perfectly on her feet because she's on the back. She was
Athlete.
fine. Thank God. Yeah, she's the real athlete.
Mhm.
I like actually land down, like scrape my knee and stuff, but thankfully nothing.
No, those are built for off-roading. I've heard they're pretty.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like this
tires.
thing, yeah.
I mean, one of the funniest scenes is, and like, I mean, Ethan, you probably look pretty funny on a moped, but not as ridiculous as some of those O linemen who
Yeah.
like dunk on a moped.
Mhm.
That's
for it.
no. I mean, some of those dudes, going back to my time, the Paulson twins.
Yep.
I mean, you get these guys on a moped, it's like this is the full expression of American freedom right here. I mean, this, especially with Dunk's mullet, like it's.
Did you guys watch the combine today?
Yeah, they're all over him. They're
Mhm.
all over him.
Yeah.
They love the mullet. It's awesome.
Does he, first of all, and I understand I'm not important, but he could be a better texter. He's not. I've been trying to get him on the pod.
He's gonna air him out right now.
I'm going to air him out.
That's
He just like, he'll text me and then like, it'll be normal conversation, normal cadence. And then like 2 days of radio silence.
Yeah, it's probably just.
It's probably the fact.
Honestly,
Dang,
Yeah,
it's almost like
to
you
be
had a.
fair, I kind of did the same thing to you a little bit, but I remembered eventually. So
Yeah, well,
It's also like, I mean,
I'm also-
like he's also got the biggest job interview of his life this weekend,
That's
man.
true.
Can we give him a second?
Well,
Can
I wasn't texting him this weekend, but yeah, to be fair, I'm also just some other asshole like the agents in your DMs, like, hey, you want to come on our podcast? In the building, like Dunk has this, or I guess on social media, he has like this presence that you're talking about. We've seen today as, you know, they go at the combine, everybody's all about his flow. Like, this is the epitome of a lineman. Does he have that same aura? And I hate to use that word, but it feels pretty right. Just like amongst you guys in the locker room too. Does he just have this gravitational pull to him?
I don't know if we see him quite like that. I think he's more just like kind of our friend and our teammate. You know, like we don't really see him like, oh my gosh, he's freaking.
No, but yeah, I'm not saying you guys see him like on a pedestal or something, but is it like, does everybody?
People are drawn to him for sure. Like he's got a good personality. He's a great dude and
Everybody loves
great
Dunk.
attitude. Like he's never negative or down or about anything. So yeah, he's a great guy.
It's just something about him, man.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that
he's a dog.
The first interview that came out that like put him on the radar, he said he was drinking like 8 protein shakes a day, doing like 600 grams of protein a day.
Yeah. Petrus gave us his like, he's like, yeah, this kid Jennings just like is housing like all of the protein shakes in the facility.
Insane,
He's not making it up. He really is. He really is doing that. Yeah.
It's absurd, man. What was your nutrition like? Like, because everybody has their own little journey through putting weight on, good weight, shedding bad weight. What was that like for you?
So I came here and kind of just like got fat right away, low key, because
Sweet.
like
Yeah.
they're always saying, bumping your optimum pretty quickly, which I kind of took the wrong way, I think, and I just kind of tried to always reach the optimum, and you just end up kind of too heavy, I think. But so now kind of recomp and then get to where I was feeling pretty good around like mid 250s is probably where I stayed at for the majority of my career.
And was that was their ideal for you, or was that like a combination process of like just every day, sort of every month, every year you grew more into the position and more playing time? You guys just found that as like, that's where you played your best?
Yeah, I think it's both. They'll set like their kind of what they think, but if you feel better at a certain weight, like Coach Ray is very open to, whatever you think. So I just tell them like, do you mind if I bump down 5 pounds or whatever? I feel faster at this weight,
Because you're like what, 6'3"?
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, you could be heavier. Like,
yeah.
But
I remember like Joe Evans was ahead of me, and he would always say like, don't sacrifice your speed. That's the most important thing. And I think that's so true. Like you look at Nick Bosa in the league a while back, and he was like yoked up, probably way stronger and bigger, but he was missing these sacks by like a couple milliseconds, and they got shredded and doubled his production because of that. I think
it's all about being shredded.
It is. Yeah.
There you go. You look back on your career, give me your top, what's Ethan's favorite game in a Hawkeye jersey?
Honestly, maybe my last one, maybe Vanderbilt. That was actually a lot of fun.
Wow.
Just being a senior and like beating the team like that it was just, I don't want to say too much, but
I think you said a lot just by that.
Yeah, you guys are. I was probably going to say, but beating the team like that was awesome.
I'm certainly not trying to get you in trouble, but what I gather there is everything on the outside about. I mean, there's always the SEC narrative, and then you add in the Pavia thing, and he's the second. I know for a fact that's being used on the inside as like fuel, like, oh yeah, second in the Heisman. This guy's loud, he's mouthy.
I mean, we see the Instagram reels and stuff too. We got social media, but so that was definitely cool just to have. It felt like everybody wanted to be there and wanted to freaking like play this game. Like usually you have at least one or maybe two opt-outs or whatever. Like nobody opted out. Everybody wanted to be there. It was sick.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's as a former guy who really tries to understand the perspective and the landscape of college football now. Like, I totally understand guys who sit out.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have a single dude. And credit Vandy too. They had one guy, their stud tight end.
Yeah, that's true.
For two teams to be playing in a non-playoff bowl game and not have anyone sit out, I mean, that is wild. It's crazy. So that one was pretty satisfying then.
Yeah, definitely. And just to go out like on a positive note like that was awesome. I mean, I would hate to, go out feeling like I could have done more, like it wasn't a good, ending. But
how was the bowl trip? Tampa nice?
It was fun. It's probably my favorite destination, I'd say. I mean, Nashville was cool, but the weather's not always, 70s and stuff. So it was cool to go down there.
You guys still have they still do like the beach day and
yeah, we went to Clearwater.
Yep.
And yeah.
And then that night everybody went to Hard Rock Casino.
No, some guys I think did a couple times.
Seminole Hard Rock took everybody's money and
yeah, probably. I know one of our players, I think caught a stingray though. They just went and bought a fishing pole and caught a freaking stingray.
Okay, so that's actually a few of the linemen during my time, and I think CJ Beathard, I want to say as well. They rented or they did one of those like guided fishing trips that you go out on a boat. Yeah, like one of those.
That's freaking sick, actually.
I don't even know how they did it. They found one of our afternoons when it was like free.
Yeah.
And like 6 of them did one of those guided fishing trips and went out trying to catch like massive fish. I don't think they ended up getting anything.
Yeah.
And I was like,
this is off the bank or whatever. Like,
really? That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
What is it? I mean, bring that back to the hotel. It's like, hey,
I wish I would have cooked it or something.
Should have a team meeting out there. This is our stingray now. He's a part of this.
KF on the side.
What little tank in there.
Oh shit! Okay, we got guys catching stingrays. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? Okay. Oh man, Grant, you got any good questions for Ethan? Anything that you had the FBI fact, all this stuff. I think you.
I was impressed. That was like some Nardwuar stuff right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not as good as Nardwuar or anything, but no, I think we were talking to Casey Crider about this. I'd go and try and watch like other interviews, and usually there's always like something that comes up that I'm like, well, why didn't you follow up on that? That was crazy, right? And
yeah.
So, like, if I could ask, I'll just ask about it a little bit there. But I don't know. Well, I was going to ask. You missed it earlier. Are you excited to play for the Broncos in the fall, man? We're looking forward to having you.
Somebody else actually just told me that too. He's not even a Broncos fan. He's like, I got a feeling you're going to the Broncos. I was like, okay, we'll see.
Dude, I feel like this was even pre like Sean Payton or anything. Like, I feel like the Broncos just love Iowa football. Like, it's just like it's naturally. It felt like from at least when I was in high school, I feel like we drafted like the Broncos. I say we, but like the Broncos drafted someone from Iowa. Like
You're a part of it, Grant. Don't worry.
It feels like a little part of it sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, it's like, how is the process right now? I mean, like, what are you expecting coming up with the draft and everything? Like, what's kind of going through your head a little bit? Like,
I'm pretty like, I'm very much so like it's God's plan, whatever happens, and I'll be grateful, if I'm picked up at all and, whatever team gets me, I'm happy to be there. But right now I'm just fully focused on, continuing to kind of prepare for this pro day and hopefully get some good numbers out there and
running a fast ass 40.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm with it, man. I don't know. I think you got it, dude. We believe in you, dude. We watch you play for long enough, man. And like, I don't know. There's sometimes I was talking to my dad about this the other day. I was like, I don't understand how some of these dudes look. They're so dominant out there. It's like, how does they not like? There's something there that like they can make an impact on an NFL field. Like that's just what I think. That's what I believe.
I appreciate that.
A lot of it's just getting a chance.
A
lot of guys just don't get a chance.
Seems very like situational too. There's probably some luck involved, but
absolutely. I mean, you just take a look at some of the quarterbacks who like go somewhere, they get drafted because they're the biggest draft picks. They don't work out. I mean, Darnold.
Yeah, exactly.
Baker Mayfield. Like you go down the list, there's a few you start to figure out pretty quick because it's such a business. It is a business in the NFL. There's a lot of relationships and schemes that fit the right person, people in the building that mesh or don't mesh. And it's like
timing too. Like,
getting lucky. Somebody gets hurt. All of a sudden you get an opportunity to see the field a little bit. If and when football is no longer the kind of wrapping it back around to the front of this thing, what is your identity outside of football? What's the degree in? What's the long-term plan?
I got a degree in business management.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna manage a business.
No, I don't know. My identity is definitely just, in my faith, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a huge family guy. My wife, my family, it's super important to me. But
sure.
I think career-wise, I want to get back into coaching someday. I don't know how, but I just love being around the sport, and I like to develop people, like kind of be a leader in a sense, and I like to see people reach their full potential. So I like to coach, or I've even thought of one day maybe, trying to like train guys, and I think it'd be sick to take like high school guys to, D1 or the NFL. That'd be cool.
I mean, it's 52 minutes in, but like Kluve over here, you said training guys like it.
I know you're like a CrossFit guru, aren't you?
Yes, that is.
I'd say, you're accidentally walking yourself into another 2 hours of just.
You're not. I'm not going to be the CrossFit guy who talks about CrossFit. I'm not.
I love that stuff, though. I really do.
Hey, man, you're welcome to come train with me whenever you want. People would benefit. There's a little GPP action, a little CrossFit-ish stuff every once in a while thrown in there. I think they still did that. Probably still do that. I would be a lot more better prepared for it now. Back when I was your age and actually in the program, I was dog shit at conditioning. I mean, I didn't even finish all my conditioning reps in the summer program without missing a time until year 3.
Really?
Yeah. The first 2 years.
The quarters gotcha.
Yeah. I think quarters got me once. I was really good at 60s. My change of direction was really good, so I saved time on the. But man, like you get a cut 85 at the wrong time. There was one time too where I was just dumb as shit. I didn't drink enough water, like leading up to the workout, and then I tried to waterlog myself, knowing it was super hot outside. We were gonna go run, and then I had a stomach full of water going out to run barefoot 55s. I threw up doing barefoot 55s one time.
What's in your stomach at that point?
There's a lot of anxiety that goes through it too. Like, did you ever experience you much better athlete than me, but was there ever like any true anxiety walking out to like quarters or stations in 60s or something like that?
There's a little bit like, butterflies in your stomach. You're like, I hope I'm not the guy to freaking tap out. But I remember early on, like our strength staff, you know how the baseball field is like right behind where we run at?
Yeah.
some of the fans were like turned around trying to like watch our conditioning, and they had to tell them like, turn around, don't watch this shit. Like it could get ugly. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're probably cooked.
I would have been, dude. I mean that I start sweating now thinking about it. It was just, there's always, and there's so much built into that too, because you got the Hawkeye championship. You're on somebody's team,
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to be the guy to mess it up.
You can't be losing points for your team, missing reps. Everybody on the 100. I guess you guys are down to 105, right? Is that how many? Yeah, 120 when we were there. 125. Every single person on the team knows who the guys are in jeopardy of missing times. So you feel the eyes on you. It's just, there's a lot of anxiety, man, to get through that summer program.
Well, then you don't want to jump, like trying to be faster and make the time. You don't want to jump off sides. That's even worse. Like,
you just, God, I can still hear it on the line.
What's the craziest thing you've seen, like conditioning wise, in your time there? Like other dudes?
As far as what they put them through?
Do you have any horror stories of like guys throwing up and like,
yeah, well, I mean,
the butt thermometer,
So I set off a chain reaction one day. So God, I don't know if they still do this. During the season, there was like on Fridays, the freshmen would do like a conditioning.
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Like a GPP now, but
yeah. So during my time at one point, that was like they were workshopping that. They weren't exactly sure what it was. At one point, like not just the freshmen were doing it. It was like anybody on a Devo card, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like some second years. I think it was my second year. And they roll out the prowlers after like a Friday primer, and it was chalk. It was chalk. Like that was it. It was didn't know how to push a prowler at the time. I was completely not generally physically prepared for anything, and I'm like bent over in the trash can, and then somebody else, Kittle at the time, who was just a year above us, he like saw me in the trash can. It made him sick. So then he's in the trash can. Next thing you know, 8 guys are bent over the trash can, and we are getting our asses chewed. But that wasn't like that. We were just doing prowlers that day. The year before me, 2012, the last time Iowa football was bad, 4-8, they went in 2012. That year before we came in, they woke them up at like 4 a.m. to run Kinnick stairs one day. Like in that off
or something, or like they
yes, like the night before they got a text like 7, like, hey, 4:30 a.m. meet at the gates of Kinnick. That's what I heard. That's the story.
That's so
in the snow, like in the winter. It was like when they got back in January. Not good.
We're spoiled now. I mean, we don't have anything like that.
You guys don't even have 2 days. Can't even do 2 days.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
What was the worst thing you ever saw? Did they anybody still rolling? Any rolling punishments?
I think they like outlawed that or something. Like physical punishments, you can't even do that anymore.
Yeah, that was like, I think that was during my time too. Somebody, too many guys got like motion sickness from rolling 100 yards and back. So
yeah, that's a little soft. I mean, can't even do that anymore.
You guys are soft as shit now.
Yeah. The craziest, I mean, just guys like running the sprint as they're like vomiting on themselves. You just got to keep going, or like
got to make the time, bro.
You do tap out, you got to go put that thermometer up your butt and go sit in the ice tub, which, I mean, that's the worst thing you can get,
dude.
Don't tell them how big that thing is.
How great is the feeling when you're done? Like if you're in the first group or the second group and you're done, you take the cleats off and the other group's coming out for the warm up. They're like rolling their feet.
Yep. You're the middle group. They're like the 10 o'clock group? Middle of the summer heat. Yeah.
You're like, we're done. They got it. That sucks for them.
We would always come off and be like, don't even go out there. It's a grinder.
You guys are fucked.
I'm all nervous.
Yeah. Especially when it's a young guy. It's a couple of young guys in your position room. I remember like the younger kickers or younger snappers would be like in that last group and they'd be like, how was it? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Might not make it. Just completely fuck with their head for the next 90 minutes through that brutal speed warm up into the lift. They're just thinking, oh my God, we're all going to die when we go outside. Oh my God. It's incredible. Grant, you got anything else for our man? I'm going to let him go.
No, dude. Oh, actually, no. I was curious about this. Did you have speeches at your wedding, and did anyone from the Iowa football team give a speech?
Yes. So Logan Jones was my best man.
Okay.
And then I was his best man the
Wow.
week after. So we each did each other's speech.
What a summer.
I know. He got a little teary-eyed. It was a really good speech, actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh,
Pretty touching.
Very good. Yeah. And
Incredible.
what about your speech? Did you get a little teary eyed, or were you? So I used to.
I kept it 100. I was just a pimp out there, but I
Hell
still
yeah.
I said some nice words, but
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did a
And-
good performance today on the 40 and stuff.
Dude, 4.9.
Yeah. He was
Fast guy.
moving.
Dude, that's moving that fast at those sides, man. I just don't know how people do it.
I know. He looked good. He looked smooth.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because I used to work in like the wedding industry a lot, and I'm sitting at like at the back of the bar during the speeches, and sometimes you hear some stuff and like I don't. It's like I don't even know how they like. It's like who even allowed this person to speak the wedding. So I'm curious like in terms of like the Iowa football team, giving out the wedding speeches, like who's like I don't know if you went up there like I don't know if you're gonna be like yeah like Logan was warming up his stand up material at my wedding or something.
I was kind of nervous. I was like, please don't try anything crazy, but no, he was good. You got to be careful who you pick because some guys probably you don't want speaking for sure.
Facts.
Yeah. Do you have wedding advice you want to give out? It's probably it's spring summer coming up. You want to give out some advice real quick?
I would say probably the most important part is who you're marrying, and then you can probably worry about like the speeches and stuff like that. But
Sure.
Make sure you get the right size pants for wedding day. That's a good one.
That's big too.
That would make a lot of sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. No, I just appreciate you being here, man. Giving us your time. Like I said, we're rooting for you, dude.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely, man. Good luck as the next couple months unfolds. It's an exciting time. Everybody listening, thank you for listening to the episode with Ethan and all the other episodes we've been doing. We got a couple more down the pipe, and we will see you guys next time.